This is Peter Loud. Today is Thursday, February 13th. I'm at 1505 West 98th Street, Los Angeles, California. I'll be entering through the rear side cleanout. So that's the garage on the left. This cleanout located on the rear side of this property, just within the wall. In a brief moment, we will be transitioning to the end of the sewer line, as that provides the clearest video. We're about 91 feet into the main sewer line, where it ties in with the city sewer. So this is where the private line, which is coming from this property, meets the public, which is what the city will take responsibility for. So I paused there momentarily because an airplane was passing overhead and it was making it very hard to talk. So the city will take care of the public portion of the sewer line, which is what you're seeing in the background here. The private line is typically taken care of by the homeowner, so this is why I scope out all the way to this connection point right here. Currently working my way back from clay piping, as that's very typical to see. Most cities will use clay for their sewer line material. Some things that I'm looking out for in the clay, looking out for any kind of offsets, root intrusion, any damage to the line, anything else that may cause complications to the sewer line, I'll be making note of. So we're noting some roots growing, or not quite growing in, but kind of on the bottom side of the pipe. So we're going to be expecting to see some root intrusion within the clay portion of the line. The distance indicator is on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. Water was ran prior and during the inspection to make sure everything's flowing properly. So it's been about 2 to 3 minutes since the water's been turned off. Making our way back up from an angle. And then we're seeing some roots at the left-hand side of that joint. So typically clay will allow for roots to grow into the line due to their joints. This amount of root intrusion is not causing any blockages at the present time of inspection. Right now, we're a little bit before the sidewalk. Making our way back to the downward angle. And then there is some offsetting of the joints within the clay portion of the line. Again, that's fairly common to see. The offset of the clay joint basically means that the joint has shifted, typically due to earthquakes, heavy construction, things of that nature. And we're noting some debris buildup here. Again, going to pause until this plane passes over. So I did just run some more water fixtures in the house to clear up the camera head because it was getting a little blurry because of the debris inside the line. So I'm just starting the video here so that you can see everything's clearly still draining, even though there are some roots within the clay portion of the line. I flushed 2 toilets and I ran 2 bathroom sinks. And then I've just briefly turned them off about half a minute ago. And we're noting some roots growing in at that joint once again. So although the roots are not causing a complete blockage of water flow, I will still recommend that the line gets hydrojetted, which is a pressure washing of the line. And you can see the roots, so they typically grow in at the joints, and then if they've been growing in for a while, you can actually see that they're growing along the sides of the pipe. And more offsets noted. And what you're seeing in the far background is just some debris, some fecal matter And then at about 56 feet, we do transition materials. So we're going from that clay piping, again closer to the city street, back to cast iron, indicating that we're getting closer to the home. The use of cast iron is indicated by the year that the property was built. Scaling is observed within the cast iron portion of the line, and scaling is a buildup of minerals. It gets caked onto itself over the years. Estimated service life of cast iron is roughly 60 to 80 years. It can last longer depending on the site conditions, and the cast iron for this property being inspected is still functional at the time of inspection. So again, you're seeing the water just slowly draining out. And another water fixture tying in on the right-hand side. And then at about 30 feet, we are transitioning to ABS. So ABS is modern plumbing material. You'll see this in newer homes. If you were to add a new restroom for this property, for example, you would use this type of material, and it would be underneath the house. Sometimes you will see this going out in basically at the front lawn, or whichever way the sewer line is running. You may see this 4-inch pipe as well. So not too much to be said about the ABS. I'm looking out for any improper sloping, because it is a black plastic flexible pipe. If it's not supported properly, you may get stagnant water buildup, debris and sediment collection where that water is building up. And making my way out the access. So this will conclude the inspection of the main sewer line. If you have any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to call, text, or email me. Thank you.